All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the We Run With It podcast, hosted by Tim Murphy. We got 6:30 on this beautiful morning in Haverhill, Mass. At Brick by Brick Training Systems, owned by my buddy Nyles. How the fuck do you say your last name, actually?
Nyles McCarowitz Connor. What's going on, everybody? How we doing?
So Nyles actually got introduced to me by a buddy of mine, Rick, and glad we met, because we share a lot of similar interests, and we've probably only hung out like 6 or 7 times in the past 6 months, but already feels like family to me. So I want to get Nyles on because he pumps me up, and I think you guys will see his passion today. And we'll call this part 1 because we got a little late start this morning, but he'll be back on. So thanks again, Nyles, and kind of just wanted you to go through. I know it's like a couple questions, but go through, I guess, your childhood or just your early years and how you think everything led into what you're doing now, I guess, but we can pick away at that.
Yeah, Tim. No, this is fitness is a special thing. I'm blessed to be here with you. I'm blessed to be at a facility I've dreamed of. This is just something that's, as you can imagine, many things. You start putting work ethic into a focus and down a path, and things just start to come together. But this has been in the making for a long time, and so starting off back when I was like 12 years old, I would drive by a local gym and I just tell my dad, I need to get bigger. I'm playing football at the time, and seeing all the big guys at high school walk around looking jacked just because they start getting in the gym, and you can start to notice a difference in kids, especially the ones that are working out like right away. My dad was like, all right, when you turn 13, I'll get you a membership. So day I turned 13, like for my birthday, went down, got a gym membership, and I thrusted myself into that atmosphere and was very thankful to gather some mentors along the way. I noticed there's a couple of young guys there too, and I gravitated towards them, and it turns out they were also some older kids at my high school that also played football, and a couple of kids from a rival high school that also played football, and we kind of banded together and became the gym crew. And so at like 13 years old, I was getting up and riding my bike to the gym and getting dropped off to go to the gym, whatever it took to get to the gym. It was literally it was just gym. And at that point in my life, it really wasn't fitness yet. It was just get to the gym to get big. And so I was thankful for that early onset start to it. I got a pretty good jump start. Made a lot of really good progress and really good gains, but for what it's worth, it was so mismanaged and so misdirected because of the lack of knowledge. And over time, it grew. I have an affinity for talking to people that have more knowledge and experience than me. So I would just go around to random people and just kind of throw myself at them, trying to get them to give me some experience, some advice, and what's the best exercise for this? What's the best exercise for that? What's the best way to do this? And before you know it, you have this whole bag of knowledge that you kind of carry around with you. It just grows and grows and grows. And I got into college to play some football. I got into college to go to school, but was thankful to play some football along the way. And of course, fitness and working out and the gym is all a big part of performance athleticism. So again, still by that time, I felt like I was, for the most part, doing it wrong.
And you weren't majoring in anything like fitness related, like sports science or anything like that, right?
No, not directly. It was I was going to school. I wanted to get on a pre-med program track to get into neuroscience, actually, which did spin off into doing some classes, related to fitness, but I had no idea I wanted to get into training. Fast forward a couple of years, I went through a really tough time, kind of got to the lowest point in my life, left school, family was falling apart, and a buddy of mine was like, dude, you should get into the gym and become a trainer. At the time I was doing construction, and I hated my life. I hated waking up every day. I hated going to work. I hated what I thought my future was. And I got into training through him, kind of learned from him for 6 or so months, and quickly kind of rose to becoming one of the more premier trainers at that location, a corporate facility called Latitude Sports Club. It was in Methuen, Mass. And he eventually left and left me, by myself to, do what I did. Kind of grew a nice little network of people, and again, fast forward from there, I was able to, make these people a part of my family, build up this massive community of like-minded individuals, and slowly trickled my way out of Latitude and got into working as a private contractor at a couple of small locations, and beyond that, brick by brick, just slowly became a thing closer to life. I was able to gather all the resources, and in time, 7-8 years in the industry, was ready to dive out on my own, and kind of now we're here.
Yeah. What are some of the things early on, some of the struggles early on that you've encountered, and then what are the strengths you've gained from them?
Yeah, so I think the struggles I had early on was I thought there were definitive answers to how this shit worked. I thought there was clear-cut right and wrong ways, and I was always looking for the best answer or the right answer or the right way. And over the course of years, I've realized that this is a culmination of so many different things, and I had to overcome, still working to overcome, not knowing everything. I always was thankful to have some good mentors in my life, but even now that I look back, I realize these people were kind of going off, by the seat of their pants as well. And I think what it really, type of deal. But one thing I was thankful for is the people I did involve myself with all seemed to have a heavy passion. Good morning, Rick. There's another one of our people walking in right now.
Shout out already.
Rick brought us together, but
Rick will get on here too. He's a successful businessman, we call him.
Rick's the godfather here. But yeah, no, the struggles were real at first. I mean, it was a big time commitment. It was a thrust into a different lifestyle, especially working in the construction industry where everyone's so unhealthy and so unhappy. And
that's true.
Here I am trying to inspire like life into people after just hating my own life. And so I
think that's relative because I'm in the construction industry most of the time, and it's true. It's the industry that, not the industry, but it's one of the industries where fitness should be focused.
That sucks the life out of you.
Yeah, and it's not at all. So you got guys that are doing it for 20 years, doing manual labor jobs, and they're unhealthy and they're unfit, and then they're wondering why their backs are being blown out. So I think that comes out. The fact that you had that kind of job and now you do this. I know you hated your life while you're doing it, but it kind of
set the
has
stage.
A reverse effect.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, it did, and I was thankful for that, and I was thankful for some other people in my corner kind of understanding that as well, and these people helped kind of shape the trainer I became, the coach I became, and but beyond that, there was definitely a lot of points in my life that helped build me up too. I was again really, really, really thankful for some really good friends. It just so happens that getting involved in this stuff, you become very personal with people. And that's one thing I really thrived on. It was one of those things that built me up as an individual, giving advice and giving inspiration and receiving advice. It was give and take. And that definitely built me up to feeling, relatively confident. And, kind of think got me to the point where I'm at now, still working through some stuff, but feeling really good about it.
Oh, hell yeah. Where do you see it headed? Where do you see your what's your next plan for the business, or just personally too? Right, you got skydive certified this year. Yeah. So you got a lot of you take your fitness, not only you apply your fitness outside the gym a lot, often snowboarding.
Yeah. No, this thing can really take you or any individual anywhere. That's the best part about fitness. It's I could talk about where this could go professionally. I could talk about where this could go personally. I could talk about where this goes, mentally and emotionally. It's one of those things where it's there's so many different sides to this, and again, I can only just continue to say how thankful I am for it all. Professionally, let's go with that one first. Well, Brick by Brick was a dream that started off as this little tiny seedling, and I didn't even know it was brick by brick at first. And here I am now in a building made of brick. Seriously,
right? It is a sick. I'll post a picture of the gym.
Brick by brick. It was one of those things where it's we're gonna stack the foundational level shit and build on that, and before you know it, you're gonna have a fucking towering structure of whatever you're building. Fitness here. So the business is looking to scale, trying to get some people to work with me, under me, bring some new trainers in, grow the community, grow the community of like-minded individuals. That's definitely step one. I got a massive kids program about to pop off, spoke at an awesome banquet and made some great contacts. That's kind of first on the list. But personally, it's it's also intertwined. I think as this business grows, I continue to grow as a human too. Like I become a little more focused on the business side of things. I look forward to developing the knowledge on that, and which translates to me just feeling like a more successful human. It gives me more reason to wake up every day.
Yeah.
It gives me more reason to I guess practice what I preach, if you will, in my own personal life. I'm telling all these people to live healthy and to live well. And, the more I develop this, the more I have to do that in my own personal life, which again kind of reinforces the first thing, the business professional side of things.
Yeah.
And, it's just the ride, man. It's enjoyable. And I guess I get lost in that ride sometimes, just kind of my head down on the grind,
Well, I mean, it's like when you called me the other day about, not to bring it up, or bring up something negative, but like when that guy swerved in your lane on the way to work the other morning, and you're like, dude, I saw my fucking life flash between my eyes. It's like some people take that and they're like, oh, you can be healthy, you can, you go skydiving. You're like, that doesn't take me out, but driving to work in the morning's gonna. But if you look at it in the sense of like anything can happen at any time, so why not be the best you? I think is the way you look at it and the way I look at it now. I definitely didn't look at it that way my whole life. But something like that is so simple, where I think a lot of people take it and they're like, well, anything can happen anytime, so why not just do what I want? When, I don't know. I think what you do here is you make people healthy enough to be able to do whatever they want.
Yeah, no, it's a really cool thing, and again, life has a crazy way of throwing perspective at you sometimes. And that morning that we speak of here, it's crazy, man. On my normal ride to work, some guy just kind of swerves in my lane, and I thought I was gonna die. Yeah. This dude, if he hit me, I would have been dead. And I, before myself, sat there and thought about everything that I'd built up. Not just my business, but like me as a person too, and how quickly it can all just fucking fade away. And so now as I sit here kind of reflecting on all that sort of stuff, it just drives the passion more to want to become more, to want to push to a next level. It's like you never know when your ticket's going to get punched, so might as well ride that motherfucking wave.
That's true. That's true. Oh, man. Well, we got people coming in the gym now, so we'll call this one part one. I had a little late start this morning, so.
Oh no, Timbo, that's on me.
We'll get Nyles back on here for another 20, 30 minutes or whatever, and you'll be hearing from both of us in the future. So thanks for coming on, bud.
Yeah, it's an exciting thing, man. I'm excited to do this with you again, and thank you for having me, Tim.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother.
We run it.